Where have you been? So much has happened since I last saw you. Loki's alive. Can you believe it? He's up there. Loki, look who it is.
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to be going over the fact that Watergothims has continued to copyright strike me and other creators, leading to suspensions and even more. But there's repercussions for what he's done, because unfortunately for him, most of you don't know this, my wife works at Google, which owns YouTube. So I was one of the few creators that was actually able to get a hold of the copyright team directly, along with some executives over at YouTube, and repercussions have been taken against this channel. I've been waiting to go ahead and upload that information to do it in a video form, so we're going to show you that today. Also, along with that, we're going to go over the Season 10 Legend for Apex Legends. So let's start with that. So the Season 10 Legend is actually going to be Water himself, and in the top left, you can actually see the starter bundle right there. It's the Edward Munch The Scream. It's actually a pretty great artistic representation of Watergothims. Now, his passive ability is he takes no extra headshot damage. That's due to the fact that he has no brain to damage and that his face is busted up enough that a headshot really won't affect it at all. He has a tactical, which is the false copyright strike, which will suspend the enemy in their place, but it will backfire onto water. And then his ultimate is the DDoS servers, which will kill all players. However, it will shadow ban your account. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and actually talk about what are the repercussions for all the false strikes that he issued. Well, first let's go over the strikes that I actually got, and there was 3 of them. The first 2 strikes were for artwork, which is a photograph of himself that I do not give permission to get used. The video is using my image without consent, infringing my copyright, and he did that for 2 of them. Also, can someone please show Watergothims some grammar? He writes like he's in the 3rd grade. The 3rd copyright strike was for a fake car SMG skin leak that he had done and put in one of his videos, that he had put a watermark of his name on it, and therefore it was copyrighted by him and was not allowed to be used by other people. Now, all 3 of those actually got sent back to him with counter notifications because they're all blatantly false. In fact, the car SMG video is back up on my channel because he could not prove that it was a copyright issue. Now, after receiving the first 2 strikes, I actually went ahead and emailed Watergothims, letting him straight up know that if he did not remove the 2 false strikes against my channel, which he knew were false, I would be taking full legal action and I would be getting in contact with YouTube about it. To which he simply responded, "You have something waiting for you soon. I wouldn't be in a big rush. Get a good suit." He then proceeded to strike my channel for a 3rd time, which was another false copyright. At this point, I went ahead and I reached out to YouTube support. Now, most of the time when you reach out to YouTube support, they actually will not be able to help you much at all until you go ahead and actually mention that you know the names of people on their copyright team, such as the ones I listed there below, which I blurred out their last names for their privacy. And then they go ahead and say, wait, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this. At this point, the YouTube support team says, okay, wait, we're gonna investigate this further since apparently you know people on the copyright team. We're gonna get back to you at your email listed here below, and is there anything else we can do before we end the chat? And once again, I gave another warning email. That's twice now that I've said, look, this is going to get a lot worse for you if you don't drop the false strikes, and he never responded to this. So I have given him twice now a chance to go ahead and get out of this before it got worse. And well, at this point, it got worse for him. Now, after giving Water 2 chances to go ahead and rescind the copyright strikes in private so that he would save face, he declined on both of those and wanted to push forward, probably because he thought I was bluffing. Now, right here, you can go ahead and see my YouTube copyright internal escalation form with my name on it and me typing on the page. You can only use this if you are an employee of Google or know someone that works there. Otherwise, you will just get a typical YouTube copyright notification form, not the internal one. This allows me to go ahead and get a hold of the copyright team almost immediately and get the issue resolved. Now, after filling out that internal escalation form, both my copyrights that had been struck by Water were sent immediately back to him. So Water, if you're watching this, can you please explain why your strikes that you sent 2 different times were sent back to you at the exact same? That's because I got a hold of the copyright team. And now let's go into your repercussions. Now, here's the fun part. I've been in contact with the legal support team and they thanked me for reaching out and they processed my claims just like I said, and they were forwarded back to you, just like I said. Now, the second part is the interesting part. They've flagged my channel internally to ensure additional scrutiny for any new takedown requests against this channel, which means if you strike my channel, you better be damn sure that it's correct because they're gonna double check it and it's gonna reflect on you. But you see, my channel wasn't the only one that was internally flagged. If you go ahead and notice, I put both my claims in with the copyright team directly on Friday. Friday. Now, since Friday, you can go ahead and look at Watergothims' channel, and his views are even less than what he was getting before, which was already pretty small. And that's because your videos are no longer getting recommended to people because you did all these strikes. You can only be seen by your sub count and by people who directly search your username. So good job with all those false copyright strikes. I hope you enjoy your channel dying slowly because of it. And in every video I do, I always get one commenter from Watergothims' channel saying, "Stop doing this. Why are you being mean to Water? Stop it. He's innocent." Well, let's go over the timeline of events, folks. In February, he accused me of making a video on him in regards to him dating an underage minor. Now, this actually didn't end up being me. It was Novell, but he went ahead and put a video out and tried to basically blast me as hard as he could. Moving on from that, he never apologized and then went to go on in DDoS servers, a federal crime. He is not matchmaking banned like he says in his apology. He is shadow banned, which is why he can access his account, but he cannot play any games. He'll never get that account back. Then, after all that is finally settled, he starts copyright striking me and other channels who had covered it just simply to hide the truth. On top of that, I gave him 2 chances in email form to remove the copyright strike. Any of those times, he could have simply walked away, removed the strikes, and just moved on and started creating the content he wanted to. Instead, he doubled down, striked me a 3rd time, suspending me for a week, which led to me reaching out to the YouTube copyright team, which has now doomed his channel. Every single situation that I listed could have been resolved if Watergothims had just simply taken the adult response to it instead of doubling down from a place of pride or ego. At this point, I can't tell which it is. This time, though, it bit him in the ass as he did a false copyright strike against one of these few Apex creators who can actually reach Google when they need to over bullshit like this. Tomorrow, I'll be going back to Apex Legends news and we'll cover all of that. I just felt you, the audience, deserve to know why I've been gone for a week and the issue with Watergothims and the false copyright strikes and the repercussions coming to his channel. Until next time, Legends, keep slaying in the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.